Hello. I'm just gonna give it a couple more minutes, see if anybody else will join. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I know it's the holiday, so most likely a lot of people are not gonna be joining for today's call. So I just didn't want to show um, a lot of different things, but I will be showing the AI capabilities that we have. This will work with your current Profit CRM that you're working with, and anybody that is using Avid CRM as well. So um, I will be posting a link. It's not published to all of the users as of yet, so it's not a 100% released. But anybody that has the link, either they're in Profit CRM or Avid CRM, it doesn't really matter. You can use the AI to get some of your question answered, things like that, and I'll kind of show that here today. Also, um, there's not going to be any webinar next Thursday due to the holidays. My next round would be around January, and after everyone comes back from the holidays, the next session would probably be on the 8th. We'll kind of go through different topics. I will be showcasing the AI again because by that time we will have a public release for everyone, and we'll kind of go through the new report manager as well, and any other topics that anybody else just reaches out to me. I can go through that on the webinar as well. So right now I'm going to be posting a website link in the Q&A. Um, Currently, like I said, this is not a public release, but it is available for anyone that wants to try it. You do want to use your Profit login because it will ask you for your credentials. So I just posted a website link, um, and I will start sharing my screen as well. Okay. So in theory, once the AI has been released, right now I'm in the Avid CRM with new Outlook. Once the AI has been released, everyone will be able to see like a little bubble here. If you see my cursor, that will say like Ask AI. As of right now, it's just a website that I posted on the Q&A. It will ask you for your login. Your login is basically the same login as your Profit. It doesn't matter if you're using Avid CRM or Profit CRM. You can just log in and ask the AI different questions regarding your database, even questions that you want to know, how to do things. It'll kind of tell you step by step. Same thing with the classic Outlook. If anybody is using the classic version, which is right here, we will want to have like a little AI pop up. Same thing, it will take you to the same place. The database is the same, so it will answer those questions. for you. So right now, I am in the website, as you can see right here on the AI that I posted. I have already logged in with my profit credentials. These are all test data that I'll be showcasing. In our case, we have this drop down that says all departments. You may not see this, or anybody else that may use the CRM, they might just see the sales department. We have a whole bunch of different departments that we use just to kind of do test data and kind of show other people on how you can do different departments. But in theory, yeah, if a specific user or a company has multiple departments and you just want to see a data for a specific department, then this is where you would go to do that. So the AI is basically the Avidian AI. Is just a prompt. You can currently ask it questions, and it will ask you depending on what type of question you ask. This is the phase two of our release. We will get to the next phase, which is doing actionable items, I would say, where the AI can actually do it for you instead of relaying the answers to you. So right now it's more of a just asking a question, and the AI will just give you the data or the answer to that question. Um, but eventually we will get to a stage where you can have the AI maybe create a contact for you or create an opportunity or generate reports. If anybody that uses Report Manager, a Report Manager will still be in the CRM. That's like another piece that we're working with for Avid CRM. But with AI, you can also, you should be able to generate reports in theory, um, get those data out of your database. So right now I'm just showcasing what the AI can do. I'm going to just ask it some questions. So first question is like, how to create a contact, right? So this is more of a question where I want to know, what are the ways that I can create a contact? Depending on, the type of questions that you ask and how much data is kind of going through, that will be kind of the wait time, right? You have now it kind of gives me the answer. It gives me the steps on how to create the contact, right? You also have a feedback button. If you believe that there's something wrong with the answer the AI provided, you can do a thumbs down. If you think it's a great response, we can do a great response. If you have more, any other feedback that you want to type in, you can put that in. Same thing with the thumbs down. If you have a feedback, hey, this wasn't answered correctly, submit the feedback. We will definitely take that and then try to get a fix for it. But this was just a generic question. But let's say I want to ask a specific question where it relates to maybe my current data. So if I have contacts and opportunities in there, right? Um, I want to maybe ask a specific question. So I do have some questions that I already have made, so I don't really have to just retype them again. But maybe a generic question like this, how many total contacts were created since 9/1/2025? So basically, September 1st, 2025. Um, I'm gonna ask it that question, and let's see, if it will give me a count or, and theoretically, it should just give you a count unless you want to know specifics. So right now, since September 1st, 2025, our database, our current CRM, we created about 997 contacts, right? If you want every single 997 points in there and you want the AI to give you that information, then obviously it will take some time to generate every single contact of that 997. But I just asked the question, what was, created since September 1st, 2025, right? Um, Another, question you may want to ask, like this is more of like reporting. Maybe you just want to know, how many contacts were modified since maybe October 1st, 2025. So maybe in use case like this would be maybe you want to know like, who actually touched some of these contacts since October, right, of this year. Did anybody actually went through a specific contact and made a change? So that's basically what I'm asking is, how many contacts were modified since October 1st, 2025. So since I have created the database, how many were modified? As you can see, we have a very large database. It gave me the answer of 15,929. You guys will definitely not have that. Our database, like I said, we have test contacts and a whole bunch of test data in there. So our number is going to be very large. But in your case, you're probably not going to get that much, of context or value of that question, right? But in theory, yeah. So this would be considered maybe a reporting question. Maybe you wanted to know, like, how many were modified, right, in 10/1/2025. You can ask it just that specific question instead of going through like report manager to find that answer, right? Um, we're gonna ask like a bunch of other questions, like let's say I want to know, how many active opportunities are there, right? So let's ask you that question, right? So opportunities, a lot of company uses opportunities. They want to know maybe how many total active opportunities are there, right? Um, People want to follow up with these active opportunities, right? Why weren't these touched? Why are they still active if it was closed? You know, um, or they just want to know a specific count of how many active opportunities there are, right? Like I said, depending on what you ask, the wait time. But it does tell you like how many seconds it took to generate. So as you can see, like under maybe 15 seconds for the most part, the other two that I asked. This one took a bit because we have a big number. So we have like about 13,000 active opportunities, which in your case you would not get that. Maybe you'll get in like, a couple hundreds maybe or 50s. But as you can see, it did tell us, how many active opportunities there are. So you kind of know like, okay, why is there so many active opportunities in the database, right? Um, Another cool question is like, how many opportunities or maybe you're expected to close this year, right? This kind of gives us information for a specific opportunities that has like an estimated close date, right? If anybody uses that, if you have like an estimated close date, like so, I have ABC opportunity, and I estimate that this to be closed by December 24th, right? How many are there that are expected to close. So it kind of gives you an answer in the future, right? Of what are these opportunities, how many there are that I expect for it to be closed, right? So that's a great reporting number that you can ask. A lot of companies uses report manager to find that answer. They kind of go through report manager, create their own. But with the AI, you can just ask it that simple question because that's the only specific one that you want. It'll just give you the answer, right? Um, Now, I want to ask questions where I don't give away like other companies' information. So let me find another specific question. Let's say um, we want to get like maybe a list, right? Now this could take a bit. because I want to maybe get a list of opportunities located from contacts in California. So basically, I'm asking it, give me a list. So most of the previous questions was just a true count, right? Of basically just the value or the count of what I'm looking for. Right now, I'm drilling down more where I'm asking it to just give me the data, right? To give me the information of these specific opportunities. So like opportunity name or things of that nature, right? So I'm asking a question where um, is gonna, I wanted to tell me or give me the list of opportunities located from contacts in California. Like I said, our database is big, so the load time on your side is probably faster if you tried it, but in mine, it's probably gonna take a bit. So let's just give it a couple seconds and let's see if it will give us an answer here. So, all right. So it did give us an answer. Um, it did take about 78 seconds. So it does give us the list of the opportunities. You may not have this many, but it does give us the contacts, right? So all of these contacts are based in California on a specific opportunity. Now it does give us the opportunity ID, where in theory it's probably not going to make sense to you. But if we did have opportunity name, it would have shown. But in my case, we don't really use the opportunity name. We just use the contacts. So it does give us specifics on a specific question that we're asking, right? Um, let's see if we can ask another specific questions. Let's see. I want to ask a question where maybe I want to know like the phone number of someone, right? What is the so Donna Elliott is a coworker of mine, so I'm just gonna ask it. Hey, what is the phone number for Donna Elliott? Um, I don't want to give you guys personal information from here from other contacts, so I'm just gonna use our own. But let's say, yeah, you do want to know like the phone number of a specific contact, right? Of course, you can always go through the CRM, look for that. But if you're just in the AI and you're asking all these questions, right? Um, it should just give you the answer for it. So, like I said, we have test contacts, and I have a whole bunch of Donna Elliott because I created her multiple times for test purposes. But it does give us the contact information and the phone number. So one of them had like a cell phone, the other person had a business, and the other one had like a business phone too. But they were all different numbers. Obviously, we created these for test purposes, so they don't really exist. But you can see like it does give us the answer for that, right? Um, I'm gonna try to look and see um, if I can ask a specific question on maybe how to do something, right? Um, how do I delete a contact, right? So let's see if that will give us a a instruction based, right? So everything on this is that telling you on how to do on the CRM itself, right? So to delete a contact in Avid CRM, it gives us the steps on how to do that. Um, I do want to maybe ask it a question where I never tested this. How create a sales automation. So I don't know if anybody uses sales automation in this call, but um, just to let you know, we do have a sales automation within Profit. Um, if you want to know more information, it is listed on our website on what it actually does. But maybe in here it would give us, what it does. No, well, it just gives us the steps on how to create it, which is good. It kind of tells us, open sales assistant, choose sales assistant from there, new template, choose the action type, right? So it does give us the steps on how to create these sales automation. Um, Maybe we can ask it, what is sales automation? Okay. So if anybody on the call is interested in the sales automation of within Profit itself, this is basically what it does. It's giving us a process for sending out follow-up emails, scheduling reminders, assigning leads, and it's all trigger based, right? Um, Obviously, it's not 100% automatic, so there is some manual. You have to tell it what to do depending on a trigger. So a trigger basically, hey, I just changed like an opportunity. Usually it is done within opportunities, but maybe let's say I changed the opportunity stage to like um, one, right? Sales automation, once they see that it has been triggered to one, it will automatically send a email to that specific contact to maybe say, hey, thank you for purchasing our product or service, and it will just send it out. So you don't have to do that. Maybe that's something that you guys do in like a workflow after you make a sale or a service, and you want sales automation to do that instead of you manually just sending it out. If you track that opportunity in the CRM, you can have sales automation just do that for you, right? So I'm gonna ask maybe another question where I might crash it because of the response, but I'm gonna ask it a specific question where I want to know from a specific user, right? So maybe you want to know an answer about a specific employee or coworker that you want to know, like, how many contacts has this person modified since September 1st, 2025, right? Obviously, in your case, the answer, they can probably give it to you way quicker than ours can because of our database size. We have over 200K test contacts in here. So um, our answer is probably going to take longer. But if you probably ask it in um, your database with the AI, it's probably going to give you a quicker response. But yeah, we can definitely ask it specific questions. Okay, so two, so which is not 100% correct. That's actually since September 1st, 2025. So anything after that, it did probably didn't count it. So yeah, that is correct with the two. But I want to see if we can ask it opportunities. If we can maybe kind of crash it and see what a specific answer. How about this one? How many total contacts are there? I'm just gonna see and just test and see if we can crash it. Okay, no. So it does give us the answer. Unfortunately, we weren't able to just slow it down. But total contacts is 226,000. So like I said, we have over 200K contacts in there. So I wasn't lying about that. Um, in your case, probably have way smaller. Let's see. How about this question, where it kind of will ask you, um, specific questions about a maybe a company. Technology. I'm gonna have nothing on here, but all right. So this is more of a specific question where you want to know, what are tasks or follow-ups that I have scheduled for Avid and Technologies. So this will kind of look through your task or follow-ups that you may have within maybe a contact opportunity or a company. I don't think we have any, so most likely it's not gonna give us anything. But let's see what happens if it will give us a response. Okay, so it does give us at least a response for that. So there are no task or follow-up scheduled for Vidian Technologies, which is good because I don't have any that I set for my own company. We don't have any task or follow-up. So these are some generic questions that we just tested on the showcase to kind of show you what the AI capabilities can do. It can do a lot of different other things. You just have to ask it, specific questions that you want answered from your current database. Like I said, this is the website here. It is open. Anybody can sign in and just use it. Um, we will go to another showcase after the holidays. So I will be sending out another email to for another webinar around January. That I'll kind of show you the AI again with more people, and it will be a more of a announcement throughout all of our existing users. Um, and then in the meantime, if anybody has a question or a topic that wants to go through on upcoming webinars, such as let's see, I'm going to have a couple in January. So one's going to be on the 8th, which is going to be the showcase of the AI again. But we will have it on the 15th, the 22nd, the 29th. So if there is specific topics that you want to go through, feel free to reach out to me, or you can post it in the Q&A, and I can put that topic in for a upcoming webinar. Um, all right, one question is, will there be integration with Constant Contact in the new Avidian? I have to get the answer for that, but I 100% guarantee you that it is possible. Integration is always possible with our CRM. So I would definitely get that answer for Constant Contact. I think it's just getting or providing you guys the API, and you just put that in Constant Contact. So I would definitely have that answer for you. But most likely I would say yes. It should be available um, in the new Avid. All right, so I'm gonna end the webinar here. Thank you all for joining. Happy holidays for everyone. Thank you.